Hello and welcome to Day 5 of Winter Weather Awareness Week. This is Kerry Jones alongside Tim Shy. And Tim, all week we've been highlighting a fresh new topic related to winter weather here in New Mexico. Tuesday's topic, watches, warnings, and advisories. Wednesday we talked about cold season precipitation types. We highlighted the winter outlook in climatology on Thursday. And today we'll wrap things up and specifically talk about how to stay safe. And really, folks, the time to prepare is now. Winterize your home if you have not done so already, as well as any structure that may provide shelter for your family, neighbors, pets, livestock, and so forth. And what are some other good things to do, Tim, this time of year?
Good things to do now are probably the chores you've been putting off for a long time, and that's the clearing of your rain gutters or canales. Make sure those roof leaks, if you have any, are taken care of. Tree branches rubbing against your roof, that's an accident waiting to happen that could result in roof damage. You don't want to have to be dealing with that in the middle of the wintertime. Flat roof folks especially need to keep those canales clear of leaves or pine needles. Make sure that water can get off that roof so that it doesn't freeze in place up there on a flat roof. Gary?
And Tim, one simple thing that you can do, insulate the pipes as well as hot water heaters and so forth with insulation, but of course newspapers do just as well. And plastic as well as faucets that are subject to those very cold temperatures deep within the winter season. Just a little preparation now will save you a big headache here in a couple of months. Tim?
One headache you want to avoid by preparing for it in advance is what happens if your house is isolated from the utilities. What if your utilities are cut off? Make sure you've got a little bit of heating fuel on board. Regular fuel sources may not be available in a winter storm. If you've got a wood-burning stove or a fireplace, a good supply of that dry, seasoned wood that burns easily, that's what you need there in order to make sure that you're protected during the winter.
House fires pose an additional risk as well during the wintertime as more folks turn to alternate heating sources without taking the necessary safety precautions. Never ever use a gas range or barbecue grill, for example, for any type of heating indoors. Not only the risk of fire, of course, but also carbon monoxide poisoning.
Indeed, and I can also point out that many out there probably don't know exactly how to shut off the master water valve to their house in case a pipe bursts. Might want to learn where that is now so that in case you need it during the emergency, you know exactly where to go and how to do it. Some of these actually have T-wrenches that you need to use in order to shut off the valves. Make sure that T-wrench is someplace you can find it in an emergency.
Tim, as we head outdoors, and a lot of folks do during the wintertime, and you're caught unprepared during a winter storm, here are some tips and also some things to watch out for.
Absolutely, Kerry. We all have to assess our physical condition and our ability physically to handle winter weather. This is particularly important for snow shoveling. A lot of folks get out there, we're big and strong, we think we're in good shape, but then we start shoveling that heavy snow with a snow shovel. It can very rapidly put some tax on the heart and make you feel very, very badly. Also bring on heart attacks as well, and unfortunately and sadly, that's a major cause of death in the winter. Kerry?
Also, and as we get deeper again into the winter with this very cold, dry air that we often can be subject to, protect your lungs from that extremely cold air. Simply by covering your mouth when you're outdoors will do great help to your inside lungs. So take that as a serious precaution.
Yeah, that's for the outside. One thing you should also know, especially if you're an outdoors person, you'll know very well that wet clothes and cold temperatures is bad business. It's a tough combination there. Keep dry. Prevent loss of your body heat by making sure if your clothes get wet, you go ahead and change them frequently. Wet clothes can be a sweat thing, or it can also be snow or otherwise water getting down into your clothing. It loses its insulating ability rapidly once it gets wet.
Know and understand the signs of a frostbite, what to watch for. This includes loss of feeling and white or pale appearance to any extremities exposed to that cold air, such as fingers, toes, ears, even the tip of your nose. If symptoms are detected early, get medical help immediately and avoid hypothermia.
Indeed, hypothermia is a very serious matter in the wintertime. It should be taken very seriously. Hypothermia symptoms include that uncontrollable shivering, your teeth are chattering and you can't stop them, memory loss, kind of disoriented feeling, incoherence, speech can start to slur a little bit, some drowsiness, you feel very tired and kind of exhausted. Unfortunately, that could be a very serious sign of hypothermia. Get yourself to warmer temperatures and to medical attention if needed, Gary.
And folks, real quickly, take a few minutes some weekend put together a winter emergency kit for your vehicle. It'll come in.
Absolutely. Cars are one of the places where a lot of people lose their life in the wintertime. Nice box over there on the right side of the slide in blue. Good tips there for how to prepare your car for winter weather.
Tim, remember, as we get into the winter season, a watch means it's time to get ready and prepare. An advisory means an inconvenience, and a warning is for that life-threatening winter storm situation.
One of the biggest things you can do for yourself is to stay informed. And there's our website address, weather.gov/ABQ. Each tab there on our website contains specific information related to the types of winter weather hazards, safety, and preparedness. Good time to review this material right now while the weather is nice and you can still take some precautions ahead of the winter weather to make sure you stay safe, as we want you to be.
Thanks again for joining Tim and I as we wrap up Winter Weather Awareness Week in New Mexico. Have a great and safe winter season.